Hey everyone. Today's story is about a lazy boy who turned out to be much smarter than anyone thought. By the end of this story, you'll learn how even a lazy person can become hardworking and how the right reason can change everything. But that's not all. As we enjoy the story, we'll also learn some new English words and simple sentences to practice speaking naturally. So stay with me till the end. This story might surprise you.
Once upon a time in a small peaceful village, there lived a young boy named Ryan. He lived with his parents in a little house near the edge of the town. Ryan was smart, but he had one big problem: he was extremely lazy. Every morning he went to the fields with his father to help take care of the crops. But his only job was to chase away the birds that came to eat the rice. Now most people would run around with sticks or slingshots to scare the birds. But Ryan didn't want to move too much. So he came up with a clever idea. He built tall wooden poles around the field and tied ropes between them. Whenever he pulled one rope, all the poles shook, and the birds flew away. This way Ryan could lie down in the shade and relax while doing his job. His father saw this and sighed. He often thought, what will happen if I get sick? How will Ryan manage the field alone? But since Ryan always found a way to finish his work, his father didn't scold him. Turning point begins. Then one summer a long dry season came, and Ryan's father fell seriously ill. For the first time Ryan had to manage the entire field by himself. He tried his best, but he wasn't used to hard work. He felt tired, weak, and soon the crops began to die because they didn't get enough water. That night Ryan sat outside under the stars, feeling sad and helpless. He whispered, "Why didn't I try harder before? Now I can't even save my family's crops." The opportunity. The next morning Ryan heard loud voices in the village. When he went outside he saw a soldier standing in the square making an announcement. The king was holding a big competition at his palace, and the winner would receive a chest full of gold. Ryan's eyes lit up. He thought, if I win this I can save my family. Without thinking much he decided to join the competition. The villagers laughed. How can someone as lazy as Ryan win anything? They joked. But Ryan didn't care what people said. He packed a small bag and started walking toward the palace, determined to change his life. The first challenge. After 3 long days Ryan reached the palace. Hundreds of strong men had come from all over the kingdom to compete. The first challenge took place beside a large, sparkling lake. The rule was simple. Cross the lake and the first 3 people to reach the other side would move to the next round. The countdown began. 3, 2, 1. Go! Everyone jumped into the water and started swimming with all their might. But Ryan didn't move. He stood still thinking. There's no way I can beat these swimmers, he said to himself. But maybe I can find another way. He ran into the nearby forest, collected some broken branches and quickly built a small wooden raft. Then he used a flat piece of wood as a paddle. This is a race to cross the lake, not just a swimming race, Ryan smiled. While the others grew tired in the water, Ryan calmly paddled his raft across. And slowly he passed many of them. In the end he finished third, qualifying for the final round. Everyone was shocked. The lazy boy had made it. The final challenge. The next day was the final competition. Each contestant was given a big wooden block, and the task was to push it 1 kilometer to the finish line. Behind them were many tools, ropes, levers, hammers and more, but they could choose only one. The first contestant grabbed a rope and started pulling with all his strength. The second used a lever to push the block forward. But Ryan didn't rush. He looked at the tools and thought carefully. I can't win by using strength, he said quietly. I have to think smarter. After a few moments Ryan picked a small knife. The crowd laughed. What can a knife do? They whispered. But Ryan started carving his block. He worked quickly and cut the edges until the block became round like a wheel. Now instead of pushing a heavy block he simply rolled it. The crowd gasped as Ryan's round block rolled easily down the path. He passed the other contestants and crossed the finish line first. The lazy boy had become the champion. Everyone cheered for him. Even the king was impressed by his creativity and intelligence. Moral and ending. From that day on Ryan was no longer called lazy. He learned that when you have a strong reason you can overcome any weakness. This story reminds us that laziness isn't always stupidity. Sometimes it's just a lack of motivation. When your goal is strong enough, for your family, your dreams, or to prove something to yourself, you'll find the strength to work harder and smarter. Outro. And that's the story of Ryan, the lazy boy who outsmarted everyone. We also learned some new words today like raft, carve, determination, and motivation. Try using them in your own sentences to practice English every day. Remember, learning English can be fun when you enjoy the story behind it. So keep listening, learning, and growing.